Hello and welcome you all. This is the second session that we are conducting as a demo, where we will be covering most of the aspects and practical demonstration of various tools and the techniques that we are going to discuss as part of this particular learning program. So guys, before we jump into the application and look into some practical aspects, today we will be discussing some theoretical concepts so that it will be help you to understand what this particular tool and software is all about, and accordingly we will proceed further step by step. So guys, what has happened nowadays? There has been everything is in this computer age. There is something called hardware and software. So guys, if we talk about software nowadays in the real time world, the softwares could be either a online software or it's a hard or it may be a on-premises software. So online softwares are called cloud-based softwares, or there may be a on-premises softwares. So in early age, guys, if you have been working into any of the ERP application like PeopleSoft or Oracle EBS or something, these are the on-premises software. And nowadays, it's like a cloud-based software has come into the picture. The ERP, the Fusion, the software that we are working, the software which is provided by a company called Oracle, which is almost a 4 decades old company, and the software name that they have provided, that is the Fusion HCM is the software, which is an ERP based application, and this is a cloud based software. Guys, why this is a cloud based software? Because it can be accessible only over the internet. How you should be able to access? Using, you will purchase the software, subscribe for this particular software, and you should be able to get the URL. You will be having a username and you will be having a password to access that particular software. And guys, once you are able, like suppose you are the user, I am the users, all 20 member have the user account, everyone will be able to access the software at the same time. They will be able to navigate to same particular sort of screen sections, perform different sort of transactions into the software. So talking about the transactions, guys, what do you understand by transaction? If we talk about any of the software, so guys, we will be able to perform only these kind of transactions into any software. These transaction is either we can be able to search any data, we will be able to insert any data, we will be able to update or modify any data, or we may be able to delete any data. Let's guys take an example, like if we take our mobile phones, in our mobile phones there is one software, one application that we have, that is the contacts application. So in that context application, guys, what you can do, you can ask me my number that, okay, Piyush, give me your number. You should be able to create my number. You will be able to store my number into your mobile devices. You should be able to search my number. You may be able to update my number, and in case you're not liking me, you may be able to delete my contact number also. So guys, you go to any of the application, any of the software, those software may be only supporting you these sort of operations. So this software is also not a something unique internally. This is being software which is having so many screens. A screen may be having different sort of sections. Sections may contain different sort of fields. That all is the UI. In that fields, guys, certain fields are mandatory, certain fields are non-mandatory, and the collective collection of those particular fields will help you to make some sort of transactions. Like suppose in case we want to hire an employee, there is one form available that contains different fields. We will fill in this data, the employee name, their date of birth details, their employment details, their salary details, and once submit, the transaction will get saved and the employee will be hired into the system. Same way we will create some purchase order, we will be creating some sort of invoices, we may be creating some sort of receipts, we may be creating some sort of suppliers. So guys, what has happened? This particular software, Fusion software, is a cloud-based software. What is this cloud-based software? It is hosted over the internet. Guys, considering the example of a cloud, let's take an example of a cloud. Suppose you have been hosting some sort of party. Okay, for that party, guys, you need several guests are supposed to come and you need chairs to be there so that your guests can visit and they can get accommodated onto the chair. One thing is you are expecting 100 guests, so you will be purchasing those 100 chairs, keeping it with you, use that chairs into the party, and once the party is over, you need to collect, you need to maintain those chairs, you need to store these chairs, and you need to put them into your garage or something. That will be an overhead for you. Even if if one chair will cost you 800 rupees, then 100 into 800 equals to 8,000 is the upfront investment you are supposed to do. And you are not going to throw the party on a daily basis, right? In case of that, instead of purchasing the chair, you may rent the chairs. Suppose renting a chair will cost you only 200 per chair, so you will rent it, utilize it. In that case, guys, taking the chair, sending the chair, keeping the chair, cleaning of the chair, everything will be maintained by the person who's providing you that sort of services. So guys, instead of installing the software, purchasing the software, buying the software and install into our laptops, into our machines, into our server, nowadays we are purchasing a software which has been hosted by the software provider. Oracle might say that, okay, in California I have a very big supercomputer, you need something, you purchase my subscription, I will run this software into my machine only. You can directly access this particular software from your internet all across the world, through the internet, through the client edition, by passing your username, password, and you should be able to access the thing. Okay, clear. So guys, once we are going to pass the username password, there are two major concepts that will come into picture. One is called authentication and the other one is called authorization. Authentication is, guys, that okay, you are authorized to log in. You are authorized. You are a, like, suppose you are hosting a parties, everyone is coming, they will show you the passes. Okay. Once the security guard validate the passes, that means they are authenticated to join and enter into the premises as a guest. That is authentication. But authorization means anybody who's joining being as a guest, they are not authorized to do certain things. They are just supposed to come and be as a guest. They cannot treat themselves, or they cannot overrule the party. They cannot be the host of the party. There are certain sort of rules and regulations that must be defined for the guest and for the host and the family members. Okay, so that is the authority that okay, you are allowed to enter, you are allowed to participate into my party, but you are not authorized to do something which is not we have decided for. Okay, hope that is clear. What is the difference between authentication and authorization? So guys, as part of this particular training program, once we are going to get, we will be providing you one sort of URL that will be a stable URL. This URL, this instance will remain there with you for next 5 months. And those who are going to enroll today as an early bird offer, this will be available to you for next 7 months. You should be able to do all the practices across different modules, different tools, different techniques. Everything will be provided into this. In addition to that, guys, we will be providing you one Fusion instance that is a weekly refreshed instance. In case, guys, certain things that you are not able to do into the stable instance because the latest instance is not available, or if you do something and it may be damaged and it may be corrupting the system, we recommend certain tools and techniques that we are learning. We should be able to do that into the weekly refresh instance, so that if you corrupt the system also, then we does not need to wait longer, and next within few days it will be automatically coming refreshed by the Oracle only. Okay. In addition to that, guys, we are going to provide you OIC instance access. If you get enrolled as a normal, you will be getting 2 months. If you get enrolled as a early bird offer, you will be getting 3 months access. And 3 months access for OIC is more than enough, guys. And we are going to provide you the OIC instance once we finish the fusion part, so that you should be able to learn and practice OIC. Minimum 2 months you will be getting to practice the OIC after the classes and sessions also. Okay. Talking about, guys, as we discussed that ERP is one sort of software that will help you to manage different sort of resources. What are those resources, guys? It should be supporting to manage your manpower, to support your material, and to support your money. These are the major things. So guys, manpower means it is supposed to be related to HCM module. Material means supply chain module, and money means it is supposed to the software which is supposed to manage the financial modules. Okay, guys, these are the product family. Any product family, at least with Oracle and Oracle Fusion, we have these sort of major product families. Okay, and in these families, guys, we have
Yeah.
different sort of sub modules.
I have
Like
one question here, actually. Sorry to interrupt. So you mentioned the URL and the OIC, right? So in OIC, are we like going to see this VBCS and PCS related topics in OIC, will that be
So
covered?
that we have already covered. OIC
Okay.
majorly contain three things. One is ICS, other one is VBCS, and the other one is PCS. Okay, these are the three services. This is not included, rest two are included. This is 100% included. You can say 10 out of 10 we are covering. This is entirely a separate subject which requires a separate training for 40 hours. So this we are covering up to an extent that you can say you are 5 out of 10. Okay. For this, there is a separate course is required. It cannot be clubbed with the Fusion Technical. Okay.
Oh, I mean, do you have any separate sessions for VBCS and PCS in
For
TrioTech?
yes, for that, please check with our website and touch base with Kumar. We are regularly conducting different courses as per the batch formation. Okay. Please touch
Oh,
base with them out
thank you.
separately. In addition to that, guys, suppose these are the main product family. We have different modules of each of the products also. Like we have the core HCM, which is going to be the base for entire set. It doesn't matter you are working supply chain, financial HCM. This is the module. Half of the things for this module will serve as a base for all the things. Then, guys, to manage the absence records of the employee, we have the absence management. Okay, we have the payroll management. We have a talent management. We have a compensation like that. There has been different sort of modules. Same way, guys, in supply chain we have a supplier module, we have procurement module, we have a inventory module. Same way, guys, in money matters we have something called general ledger, we have account receivables, we have account payables, we have asset management. These are the different modules. So, guys, now what is going to happen, none of the consultant will be an expert for manpower, material and money. None of the consultant will be that, okay, I'm expert for HCM, so I know all 10 modules of the HCM. No. Okay. And none of the person, while we are working as a fusion consultant, there could be major two roles. One will be a functional role and one will be a technical role. So it's not that, okay, you should need to know everything, you should need to know HCM, supply chain, financial, you should need to know all the modules, you should need to know how to do the configuration setups done as a functional as well as technical. There has been different pathways, there will be a different scope of work that you should be opting in as part of Oracle Fusion consultant. Okay. And one of the major area that we have been working and targeting, that is a Oracle Fusion technical consultant, which will be majorly involving and looking into the major work of a Fusion technical consultant. The major work of a Fusion technical consultant is to support and build some sort of reports to get support to support the business into managing data by performing some sort of bulk data operations. Okay. And to do some sort of approval management. There may be certain transactions which does not have approvals or which have approval. If there are certain transactions which have certain sort of approval plan, my client does not want that approval to be there, we need to remove the approval. My client want that approval is there but it should need to be modified. My client want approval is up to 2 level, we want to make it only single level, we want approval to be up to 3 level. So these are the different things that we are going to do. We may be required to work on to customization of personalization of the application, customization and personalization. Okay. And we may be required to work on to the security of the application. So, guys, the major work of a technical person is reporting, managing data and creating and working on to the integrations. That is a major work that we are going to work and learn as part of this training program. Additionally, on top of that, these are not the actual work of a technical consultant, but these are the delighters. These are the add-on things that we should need to know. So we are learning the approval management, we are learning the customization and personalization, we are learning the security, we are learning some sort of, you will say, utility tools. There has been several utilities that has been offered by Oracle that may be utilized by the functional consultant, end user, business user, or by the technical user. So we will be learning all these things. And, guys, to support and work for these sort of work areas, okay, there has been different sort of tools or softwares which has been provided by Oracle. Okay, we are covering all those particular aspects of those particular software as part of this particular training program. So moving ahead, guys, what we are going to cover, first of all, talking about We will be covering the fundamentals about this particular software, basic navigations, different sort of access that we are going to have. What are the concepts, the main concepts that we are going to have, that we will be discussing. Following that, we will be starting with the security, how the security of the application is being maintained. What are the core terminologies and the concept of the security? What is the tool where which will help us to manage the security of Fusion? We will be learning this particular tool called Security Console. Then what is user? How is the user being created, edited, set the password of the user, reset the password for the user, log the account of the user, unlock the account of the user, adding a role to the user. All these things we will be learning. Identifying the roles, different kind of roles which are available, creating a custom roles, how to identify which screen, which role is going to offer which sort of capability. All these things we will be learning as part of this particular session that we are going to conduct. In addition to that, guys, as we say that Oracle has given some 5, 10 different small softwares which may not be directly involved as a technical developer, but the tools that we are working, they may be internally using those particular small tools or utilities. So we will be learning those aspects. There has been different softwares that we will be learning their uses, purpose, and all the navigation about those particular softwares. In addition to that, guys, we will be proceeding further to understand how to do the changes into the application, making the changes into the look and feel of the application, changing the label, making certain fields mandatory, making certain fields hidden. Guys, those who are from the EBS background, we have the tools called form personalization. Somebody who has worked into the OAF, they might know that, okay, we have the OAF personalization through which we can customize the controller, we can customize the application module, we can customize the view object also. We can even customize the OA business objects also. But that sort of complexity is not there. Oracle Fusion will only allow only certain degree of customizations to be allowed. And for each of the different level of customization, there is a separate tool has been provided. Like suppose in case you need to change the label, like suppose in this particular column, the label heading is customization and personalization. You want to change the text. Instead of customization and personalization, you just need to put personalization. How you will do? There is a tool available, user interface tags. In case you want to change the look and feel, what is the look and feel? There is a border added. We don't want to add a border. So there is a tool called appearances through which we can change the look and feel. Guys, there is a column G, column H. In between that, you want to add one more column. That is, you want to change something. You want to add certain new pages. This is the tool available. Guys, there is a home page tool is available that will determine how the home page will be listed down, which is the icon, where the icons are coming, whether the time is being displayed or not displayed. So there's a tool that is having a specific purpose that we will be learning. And there is one tool which is, as we discuss, this particular training program is covering everything. It is not discriminating that, okay, we are making you a Fusion HCM technical consultant or a financial consultant or no. But there are certain tools that are only applicable for HCM module, like HCM Design Studio. This tool is available to make certain fields mandatory or hidden. So we will be learning this particular tool. Guys, the actual work of a Fusion technical consultant is to work onto the building a reporting or extracting the data from the databases to build the reports. How we will do? There has been different sort of tools available, BIP reporting tool, OTBI reporting tool. And as we discussed that there are certain tools which are only common to the HCM. How do you be able to identify the tools? Those names are starting with HCM, or the tools, the name starting with H. These are the tools which are specific only for the HCM module, and certain tools which are common. If you learn these particular tools, the capability of these tools, you should be able to apply those concepts to extract the data for the financial reports, for the supply chain related reports, as well as for the HCM related reports also. Okay. Moving ahead, guys, the next part, once you are supporting and learning these related tools related to the data extraction, then there is a tool related to the data loading activities. Then there is a concepts related to the integration, where the integration is supposed to be built. Data should need to move from one system to another system. Like suppose, guys, take an example of TCS as a company, and HDFC Bank, ICICI Bank, and SBI. There are three banks. So once a new person joining into TCS company, TCS will give them options that, okay, choose any of the bank and register your bank account. So client this particular employee might have choose one of the bank option. So once the employee records has been created into the TCS Fusion HCM system, what TCS wants that okay, by end of every day of the newly hired person, a file should be extracted in a specific format that has been agreed and accepted by HDFC Bank, SBI Bank, Citibank. Every bank may be having a different protocols, different requirement. Some may be saying that okay, send me the file into Excel format. Some may be saying send me into XML format. Some may be saying send me into CSV format. Some may be saying that okay, send me the file through mail. Some may be saying that put the file into FTP server. Some may be expecting that okay, don't send me the file, but for each record I am exposing my services, you pass the data into the services and automatically bank account will be created. So guys, these are the real-time integrations that we are supposed to work on to real-time basis, day-to-day basis, to manage and run our business efficiently, to automate the process of a systems. That is the reason there is a tool available OIC that we are going to learn as part of OIC learning platform. Okay. Hope that is clear. In addition to that, guys, for each of these particular topics, if you should be able to see, we have the course, how we will be learning about this particular course in detail. We are going to cover, like initially what we have discussed, we are going to discuss about what is Fusion application, type of projects and the consultant. All these things, if you see, what is ERP application, what are the different products, what are the different sort of projects and consulting roles, all these things we have discussed. In addition to that, guys, we discuss what are the recent re- main work of a technical consultant, data loading tool, data extraction tool, different tools that are available to extract the reports, different work in the tools which are related to the personalization and customization, security, workflow. This is the recent in the first two demo, that is what we have planned to cover, which we have already covered. Moving ahead, guys, we will be practically demonstrating and looking into certain aspects of navigation of the ERP application and understand how these applications should be accessed and how you will be able to navigate through different sort of things. Then guys, we will be working onto the utility tools and the different fundamental tools. As we said, the first week we will be mostly focusing only onto these particular applications, how to understand the security. One or two sessions are required. Utility, either we will be daily along with the classes, we will be covering two utility tools, very small sort of utilities. Okay, as 2 3 utilities we are going to cover today itself. Now guys, following that we will be understanding the personalization, customization and approval. So this will be a flow of our training. In the first week we will be covering these many topics, and if you are able to understand these many things which are entirely new thing for you, guys, if you select these things only, then almost 30 new tools and techniques you are able to understand. We are already going to provide you all the cross daily classes. We are already going to provide you all the sample CVs of a technical consultant. So my personal recommendation, in the first week only, once you understood and learn and practice these things, go through 5 10 different CVs, understand what a real-time consultant has written about these particular topics, highlight those particular lines, keep those lines out and add those things, understand if you are able to achieve those things at your own, and add that into your CVs and start preparing and updating your CVs. Once you are reaching up to certain level, please get in touch with the admin, get your mock interviews conducted since after 2 weeks on specific topics, so that you will be getting a correct sort of evaluation about your learning and how you are proceeding and making benefit of this particular training program. Okay, fine. Fine, guys. So looking into this, guys, as we are going to cover up, okay, what is the major work that we have been looking into, that we have understood, and now let's proceed into the application, how we are going to access the application. So guys, as we said that okay, there has been instance has been provided. That instance is containing a username, password as well as URL. You should be able to get the username, password, URL. Simply once you hit the URL, you will be getting a login screen. Put the username, password, click onto the next, and it will help you to get into environment. Once you getting into the environment, guys, you will be landing into the home screen. Guys, in real time projects, in real time companies, what you're going to get, in addition to that username, password and click on next button, you will be getting a button called single sign on. in a real time, companies does not allow you to log in with your own set of user and password, but it should be single sign on. Once you click onto single sign on, because companies might have purchased some sort of services through which all the applications like their laptop unlocking, their email accessing, their Teams accessing, Zoom accessing, and different software that a consultant is supposed to work upon, that should be accessible by a single sign on. Okay, that feature is not there because this is a learning instance. We have not purchased that sort of services, and it is not your role as a technical consultant to get that integrated. That is a role of a fusion system integrate system administrator, who was going to be supported by the Oracle support team as well as the company through which you have purchased that sort of integration platform. Like suppose you are paying to the Google that okay, please share, please show us the services for single sign on. So there will be a team of Google team that will be knowing, they are expert how to get the Fusion software get be activated as a single sign-on. They will come and get that system integrated as a single sign-on. Okay, just putting the username, password, clicking on to next, we will be landing into the Fusion application. Guys, the moment we log into the Fusion application, we will be landing into the screen based on the time frame that we are joining in. We will be getting good morning, good afternoon, good evening. These are the greetings, and we will be getting our name. This is our username that we have logged in. And based on this user, guys, since I am the admin of this application, I have all the accesses that are available into this software. I can work as a Fusion HCM consultant, supply chain consultant, financial consultant, administrator, everything which is possible offered by this Oracle software I am having. That is the reason I am able to see so many tabs out there. Okay, guys, once you're landing into tabs, these settings, these styles, this what we used to call that, we used to call it as a springboard. It's like a springboard, and we should be able to access and navigate to different sections as per our role, as per our capability. This user may be having certain roles. Based on those roles, he may be able to see different sections, and each of these different sections, there may be different sort of small applications or pages which are available for us. Okay, guys, the things which you are able to see and navigate from here, all these things are also possible to be navigate from here also. This is called navigator. Clicking onto this navigator, all these options, my team, me, my client group, clicking onto the my client group, all other sections will be listed down here. Yes, definitely there is a limit. Only the useful and meaningful things will be listed down. If you see in my client group, there has been only 20 things may be displayed, but here if you go to the my client group, you will see 20 things, top level things will be listed down there, but rest of the things are here. And clicking onto the show more, since I am the admin, almost 40 plus different pages which are applicable and accessible from here. Guys, our role as a technical consultant is not to look into these page, understand these page and do the things. That is not our job. Why these pages are available, what is the purpose of each of these page, we don't know and we don't care. Our job is, if using these particular pages, any business users is performing some transactions, they are modifying some record, they are creating some record, they are deleting some record, and somebody is asking us that, okay, please get me the list of employees who has been hired today. Please get me all the suppliers who are inactive into our system. So our role is to get that particular data. Now guys, the major thing that you need to understand, everything into this particular world, everything about this software is data only. Okay, data means anything that you could see, that is data. If I say something called 2356, we can consider this as data. But if I say this is the score, okay, then it will become information. Something which cannot be conclusive, that is data, and something which makes sense, which makes some sort of meaning, that is called information. And guys, the data, how the data can be either a numeric value, like 56 is the age, this is the numeric value. If I say Piyush Jain, this is the name, this is the string value, this is the string, or we can say this is the text value, this is the number value. And we can say if there is a date of birth or something, like suppose date of birth is 0909 1980, this is the date of birth, which is the date type. The type, only three type of data types are available into Fusion. Guys, in Fusion, where this data is going to be saved from the front end, whatever you are going to do, everything is going to be saved into databases. Okay. What is databases? Database is a structured way to store the data, structured way to store the data. And guys, what does database contain? Database may contain tables, table may contain rows, and rows may contain columns. And how we are going to fetch the data from these table, guys? Using one technology called SQL. SQL may contain so many things, but in SQL we are supposed to use only the select statements. So guys, if you are familiar or not familiar, or if you have heard about the SQL, SQL is a very powerful language which will help you to deal with the data, to manipulate the data, and to play around with the data stored into the databases. So guys, in SQL we have different sort of commands available: DDL, DML, TCL, but all these are not available into Fusion. No. Only one kind of language which is available, which is data query language, and for that only one command is available, which is select. We are going to write select statements only, rest nothing is available into the Fusion. Okay. And what are the different variants of the select statement, guys? If you are know, select and from are the keyword, we can select like this: select the columns, whichever the columns that we want to fetch from the table. Which table? The name of the table. Like emp table is the table, and we want to select all the columns and all the rows. So how we will write the query? Select star from emp table. In case you want to get all the rows from the table, suppose this table will contain 100 rows, you want to fetch all the 100 rows but only specific columns. How you will do? Select and the name of the columns. In case we want to get all the columns but you want to get the data of only one employee, how you will do? Using a where clause. This is the statement: select star from this table where employee id equals to 101. In case we want to get specific columns and specific rows only, then we will club. Instead of star, we are putting different sort of columns that we are looking into, that we are passing. Guys, we are able to get the data from multiple tables also. It's not that okay, we need to get the data only from the students table. Suppose there is a student table and there is a exam table or a result table, then we should be able to get the data from student and result table. If there is an order table and a customer table, we want the customer data, and we want what are the orders that this particular customer has placed into the system. So we should be able to get the data. How, guys? We should need to identify each of the table that is going to get you the data, understand and figure it out which tables are available, in which table which columns that the customer is requiring that you need to fetch. Then you should need to understand in each of these tables which is a column which is common between them, so that we will be able to make a equijoin based on that. And guys, we should be able to fetch any of the columns, any number of columns from the order table, and any number of columns from the customer table as per our business requirement. And that's how we will be able to write a select statement with a single equijoin. Okay. If you guys able to understand this thing, other than this thing, in the entire course of this particular training program, no other coding, no other technicalities being involved. Everything is a low code, no code. That means either it is getting auto generated, it is going to be drag and drop functionality, it is going to be open some sort of wizard. You will be answering certain questions or setting some sort of properties into the wizard, and in backend some code is getting generated for you. Okay. Guys, rest in any of the SQL, if you know different sort of operator, arithmetic operator, bitwise operator, and equals to, between, everything will one work as it is, and we will be guiding you and helping you to understand and figure it out where are different sort of tables available, what are the different sort of joins related to those tables. That also we will be not explaining you every joins, but we will be making you understand how you will be identifying, studying the documentation, and figure it out which table may be having which sort of columns which are common, and how to make a join between those tables. Okay. So guys, those who are from the EBS background, or specifically those are who are from the working into OF background, guys, if you're learning and opening the OF pages, you might be able to figure it out. There's a about this page is there. Once you click onto the about this page, it will take you to the some sort of page which will give you all the view business object which has been associated and the query associated with that particular page. You may be easily able to understand which query is being tagged to which particular field or table or something. That sort of facility is not available into the Fusion. You cannot be able to figure it out the associated table, backend table of any page, any field, any section. Okay, that is not possible from the UI. Oracle has not exposed that sort of thing from the Oracle Fusion screens. Okay. Guys, in addition to that, if you look into this, any of the software that you're able to access, this software will contain this global bar. Anything you want to search globally, it is majorly possible to search the employee related data. Suppose you want to search for Alex, anything. Let's suppose if there is an Alex, Alex is there, MX is there. Guys, the moment you put it across, all those people will be listed down, and any action that you want to perform into this particular people, there is a tilted icon is there. Click onto this, and based on my access level, what are the things I can do into this particular employee? I can add a pending worker, I can change the salary, I can do any XYZ sort of operation, I can promote him, I can demote him, I can add a photo of this, I can change the manager of this employee, I can add an assignment, I can change the location. Different functionalities is possible from this UI. This is a work of a business user, the end-to-end user. Once you once company purchase this software, implement this software by the help of technical and functional consultant, and these people have handed over the system to the actual business to perform and use the software. These people may be accessing this software like this, searching the employees, searching the purchase order, searching the invoice, and doing the things like this. Okay. In addition to that, guys, you are standing anywhere, clicking onto this. I want to go to this particular page. As we say that, okay, we should be able to understand how to search anything. Guys, in this particular entire Fusion, the application will be having a uniform structure. You search for a HCM screen, supply chain screen, financial screen will be, you just go to that particular object and screen will be something like that. The initial screen to search a person is something like that. First section will be a search section with certain fields through which you will be able to search. There is a search button, and below is the result section. Suppose I want to search for a keyword called 10, person number 10, click on to search. We will be getting this particular result like this. If you want to search something which is 10, multiple 10, the first two digits should be 10, we should be able to use a wildcard character also like this. So if we have certain things which are having 10 as a first two digit, we will be able to search like that only. Okay. There's multiple search you can perform at the same time, no issues. Based on your role, based on your accessibility, you should be able to get the result into the search section. In this search section, guys, everywhere majorly into this Fusion software, once you search any item and you need to extract the data, guys, the one thing that we have learned about extracting the data, if you go to this particular PPT and if we say what we are going to work upon, see, guys, we said data extraction and reporting. One of the ways, manual reporting, how we will be doing the manual reporting. So, guys, one thing you should be able to search, and you somebody wants that, okay, give me the person name, their person number, and the location. So you will search this and manually create the file, Excel file, and share with the manager. Other thing is, guys, if you're able to search something, like if I search like this, and this is the result that I'm looking for, majorly the Excel based reporting, Excel based sort of UI will be having this tilted icon like export to Excel. Okay, once you click onto this, this will help you to extract the data. Which data, guys? Only the data which has been listed down into this particular thing. Suppose this table is only listing down 200 records, so it will fetch only 200 records in this particular file. Suppose, guys, for the employee level there has been 50 columns, but it is displaying only 5 columns, it will extract only 5 columns. Guys, if you go to the view. Most of the tables will be having a manual view. You can sort the data, reorder the columns. In addition to go to the columns, certain columns which are listed you don't want to list or you want to list, you can click onto those particular things and you should be able to see that okay, new column will be listed down there. Okay, as we have added the assignment numbers. You don't want to display the location column, go click here, go to the columns and click onto this, search for that particular column called location. There is a column called location. We will just uncheck and you will be able to see the location column will not be listed anymore in this particular thing. Guys, anytime you are able to search anything and you should be seeing that okay, majorly in the search criteria, the first thing will be an hyperlink. Once you click onto the hyperlink, guys, it will open up the detail page, which is a non-editable page. The informative page, read only page will be open up. Okay, guys, this particular person may be having several different details, their salary details, their employment details, their education details, their contact details, their personal details. So once you open this particular page, it will take you to the base screen and rest of the screens will be accessible internally. Once we click onto this, in the entire Fusion application, search the item, go to the page. This will give you the basic, the main landing page about this particular employee. In terms of Fusion HCM employee management, it will take you the employee related details. What is his assignment? What is his manager, job, grade, position? Like these sort of information will be listed down. Okay. In addition to that, you want to see something, you want to go back, click go back. In case you want to see other things, there's a this notepad icon is there, which is called task. Once you click onto this, there has been different other screens are also applicable and visible. You want to see the person details, click onto this person. It will take and open a separate table, person detail, which will list down the person personal details. What is the name of the person, what is the phone number of a person, geographical details, legislative details. You want to see the contact details of a person. So you see how the page has been designed. It will be multiple tabs at the top level. In addition to that, in each page also there has been different tabs. In each page, in each tab, you will see different sections are there. Each sections may be having different fields are there. That's how the page will be displayed. Okay, guys, suppose this is there, you want to edit something here, click onto this, you click onto the correct mode to edit. You want to add that okay, the name should not be testing new, but it should be testing very only. Remove that, click OK, and this is done, guys. It will be replaced here, but it is not committed into the system. Once you click on to save, it is still saved into this UI only. Why? Because in case you want to switch to other screens, it will be persisted, and in the last you should need to click on to submit, then only it will be submitted into the system. So guys, it has been saved. If you go back and you will search this particular person again, you should be able to see it is changing. Instead of new vary, it is only showing vary only. Okay, and guys, one of the utility that we are talking about, any person into the software performing any of the transaction, making any of the changes, that must need to be reflected somewhere. That is the role of a admin. If admin want to investigate which transactions has been happened, whether the transaction is successful, not successful, all can be tracked by admin. How? First of all, guys, you understood in EBS we cannot open multiple pages. Here you can open, if you have the username password, if you have three different tabs open, in each of the tab you can open the application. In one tab you can open one form, in another tab you can open another form. If you have three different browsers, you can access in all three browsers. If you have three different devices, you are using your iPad, you are using your laptop, you are using for desktop, everywhere you can log in and perform different pages, different transaction. That is the beauty of cloud-based software. Now, guys, if you open up, there is one utility that I would like to tell. If how to access the utilities, guys, go to the navigator. All the tools and utilities are available where? Scroll down under tools. The utility name is transaction console. Transaction means just now what we did, we made the changes to the name of the employee. That is called transaction. If you go to the transaction console, we were able to see that it has been reported there. See, by default, it will list down all the transactions which has recently failed. Failed transaction will be shown as red. If you remove this particular filter, failed transactions, you should be able to see this is the transaction which has been recently completed. What is that kind of transaction? Managing a person. We just manage the person. Who has initiated the transaction? This tag.stable user is submitted the transaction on this time. It is successfully completed. That's how, guys, the admin should be able to track the transactions. This is one of the utility. We will be learning this as part of this particular training. Once we are learning this particular portion in detail, we will be learning everything about this approval management and custom approvals. Okay. Done. So now, guys, one thing to understand, once you are getting this particular software, once we get this particular UI software, in addition to that, Oracle is going to give you two additional software. Take this particular URL and add a keyword called analytics. What is a keyword? Analytics into the URL and hit enter. You will be getting access to the OTBA server, which is the server which is going to help you to build a custom reports or see and run any sort of existing report. Guys, the software name is OTBI software. This is the software, OTBI software. How we will be accessing? Taking the URL and adding a keyword called analytics. Okay, guys, what is the use of this particular software? Once we are working into data extraction and learning these two reports, these two sort of technology we are going to learn from this particular software. In addition to that, guys, one more software, one more server has been provided to us. Taking this particular URL and adding a keyword called CS, content server, and you should be able to access the content server. What is this content server, guys? You should be able to see all the files, whatever the files which has been available and placed into the server, those can be listed down. You can see the file, you can download the file, you go to the information, you see what is the file, what is the name of the file, you can download the file, you can delete the file, and every file which has been uploaded into the server will get a unique content ID. If you take this unique content ID, if I delete this particular file from here, if I go back here and search this content ID, we should not be able to search that content ID again. Clear? Guys, since we have this particular file, then definitely there may be some requirement or we may be having some tool to upload the file also, right? What is that tool? Go there, go to the navigator. And guys, if you're standing here, we want to go to the home page. How you can go? Directly go to this particular home. It will take you to the home page. Guys, if you are accessing some particular URL and you want to access this URL again and again, you can mark that URL as a add to favorites. Same way, if you are accessing certain page at regular interval of time, you does not need to spend your time and click on to 5 clicks to go to that particular page. So what you will do, just access that particular page once, and once you are onto that particular screen, click onto this star icon so that that particular page will be added into your star. These are the pages directly, like suppose I want to access job details page, which I have marked as my favorites. Directly clicking onto this, it will take me to the job detail page. This is my job detail page. Otherwise, guys, what we are supposed to do, in case I know the navigation how to access this particular page as a consultant, I need to follow that thing. I need to log in. I need to click onto my client group, click one. Then I need to go to the work structure, click two. Then I have to click onto this page called job details. 3 clicks I am supposed to do. Instead of that, if I come here and add it as a favorite, I can directly go to the home page and able to access this particular page directly from the favorites. So guys, this favorite page is very important. It will list down the recent activities also which you have navigated. If you click here, you see go to the recent items. These are the pages that we have recently visited. You can directly access those pages from here also. Okay. And guys, as we said that, okay, there are transactions that we will be learning to define some sort of approval management. If I am the person who logs in, tech.stable is the user. I am the manager for one employee who has applied for the leave, and the leave should need to be reviewed and approved by me. How do I get to know that, okay, certain things are pending for my review and approval? How? Once I log in, I could see this bell icon with some numbers. This represent that there are 13 items pending for my review. Once I click onto this, all those 13 items will be listed down. I want to approve, I can see, I can reject, everything I can do from here. Okay, fine guys. So guys, let's understand one of the utility. Go to the tools. One of the utility that we have seen, transaction console, that it will list down all the transactions which are happening into the system, that will be listed down. We will be seeing this utility in detail. Another utility guys that is available, that is the report and analytics. As we have seen, we are a technical person. So we can access this particular software by appending a URL, by modifying the URL, adding a keyword called analytics. But for the functional user, business user, those who does not understand these many things, they have the page, come to the tools, click onto report and analytics. It will take us to one particular screen. In that screen guys, there is a button called browse catalog. Once we click onto this browse catalog, this will take us to that particular software only. It will take us to that software, but not to the home page, but to the some another folder. We will be learning all these folders and understanding all these things when the right time comes. Okay, but this is how we will be able to access the report and analytics. Third software, how we will be accessing this, we have understood how to access this content server. But how to upload the data into this content server guys, how we are going to upload the file into this content server? There is a software, there is a utility available. Click onto this, and there is a utility called file import and export. Clicking onto this file import and export, you want to upload some file. So click onto this, click onto first. Guys, you able to see this is also having a search criteria like this and a table icon. If you want to add certain things in a table, in case you want to add, you might get some sort of like these sort of icon buttons like plus to upload. Click onto this. You should be able to browse your file which you want to upload. Let's suppose this is the file that we need to upload and you want to upload this file. In it is going to upload into the server. This is some server, so server must be having different directories. Okay, so we can select the directory where we need to upload. There may be hundreds and thousands of directory which we are not supposed to know, which we are not supposed to be interested in. Okay, and real time, in a real time, no technical person will come and manually upload the file. It is the tools that we are learning, maybe internally using these particular tools. That's the reason we are learning these tools also. So guys, there is one directory that is a global directory, or you can say general directory. This directory is always having the access. You can always upload the file into this directory. Every user will be getting an access for this directory. That is the reason I am selecting this directory, HCM data loader, import or export. Okay, this import, and click on to save and close. Once the file will be uploaded, it will be listed down here. This is the content ID. If you take this content ID, go to that particular server, search with this content ID, we should be able to search this particular detail. See, this is the name who has served. This is the file. Go to the information. All these details are coming. Which user has uploaded? This user has uploaded. At which account it has been uploaded? In this account it has been uploaded. Guys, if you delete from here, it should not be accessible from there. If you delete from here also, select this row, click on to delete. It has been deleted. We should not be able to search this from here also. Go back, again search. It should not be accessible here. Okay. So guys, what are the tools that we have learned so far? Very basic tools that we have covered. Okay. We have consider and cover this transaction console, very basic things. Okay, we are going to learn in detail later on. Just we are understanding the navigation and access of the things. So guys, we will be marking all these things. We understood this particular tool. I am marking this as like this green color. We understood about this UCM server, guys, how to take the URL and add a keyword called CS. The name of this particular tool is UCM server, content server, WCC. All three are same thing. In addition to that, guys, we have learned about this particular tool called report and analytics. We were able to access this also. We were able to access control file, this transaction console also we were able to access. In addition to that, guys, if you go there, there is one software. If you go to the tools, if you click onto this dark desktop integrator, those who are from the EBS background has worked into web ADI. Guys, similar to web ADI also, there are certain tools available which we used to call it as HSDL and ADFDI. to make use of those particular tools, there is some sort of software need to be installed into your personal local laptops. So here you will get that particular software. Oracle is kind enough to get that exe file here itself. So this is also one of the tool. Come click onto this. It will download the exe. Click, double click, next, 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 and it should be installed into your machines. Okay. Clear? Next, guys, there is one software called Schedule Process. In EBS, guys, you have the concurrent programs that we are going to submit. Same way, guys, this is the screen available. You want to submit any program, whether you are creating a program or a seeded program, Oracle provided program. Here, all the programs which has been submitted will be listed down. You want to search, you can click onto this, search based on these criterias. You want to submit your own program, click on to submit new process, search for the program that you are interested in. Like suppose I'm interested for a program called LDAP. Search for the program. These are the list of programs. I want to submit this program, select this program, click on to OK and click on to OK. If this program requires some sort of parameters to be passed, it will give those options here. We can define and pass those parameters. If nothing will come. You want to submit this program, click submit. While submitting, you want to put some comments, xxfg as the comment. You can put, you want to notify me when this program sends. So who's submitting this program? Tech.stable user. He must be an employee. He may be having some email address already created and saved into this software. So the moment this program completes, it will notify you. Okay, in case you want. Guys, in case you want to run this program but no now, then click on to submit. Or in case you want to submit this program at certain frequency or after certain time, go to the advanced tab and there's an option. Do you want to run it immediately as soon as possible, or you want to run it at particular schedule? Select the schedule and select the frequency, once, weekly, monthly, yearly. That's how you can do. We want to schedule it immediately. You want to submit some sort of notifications, you can click onto this and add the notification that okay, I want to send a notification to this email. Which email? Put that email. In which condition you want to send the notification? In case success or error or something, or all the cases, once you put the email address and click OK, that once this program has completed, notification will be triggered, a email will be delivered to those people. Click on to submit. It will generate some process ID ending with 468, always a new process ID for each request. And you come here, refresh the things, you should be able to see a new request will be listed down. It is in running state. This is the process ID. It is submitted on this time. It is completed what time. All these details will be listed down there. Guys, you want to cancel this process, click on to the cancel. In case the process has been completed, you want to resubmit the process, click on to resubmit. You want to check the logs of this particular program, what are the logs getting generated, you can click on to view log and able to download the logs also. Guys, this security console we are going to learn tomorrow once we will be actually starting the class to understand and learn these things. One small utility is there, set preferences. Set preferences is, guys, suppose I have logged into this particular software and I see that, okay, I want that this software, my company has purchased this particular software to display into English and German as well as Arabic. I am a German person. I don't want to see this particular software to be visible to me in English language. So guys, once I log in, by default, the language of this software is English, but I want to set my own preferences. How? You log in, go to your name. In this name, guys, there is something called set preferences. Go to the set preferences and there is something called language. If your company have purchased multiple language packs, those language packs will be listed down there. You can select those particular language packs and click on to OK, save and close. That's how the entire UI, whatever the things that you are able to see for which the language translations are available, will be changed into that particular language. Okay. Second thing, guys, suppose you want to change some sort of regional thing, like go to the regional, you see that okay, in this entire software, the date format is being utilized as DMYY. This you don't like, you want to put it as something called like is MMYY, MMDDYY. Set these particular preferences, click on to save and close. And now if you go to any of the screen where the date is being getting displayed, like suppose go to my client group, go to the person management, there's a date being getting displayed. See, now the date is being getting displayed into MMDDYYY format. That is called the preferences. Guys, these preferences are instance specific. Like the moment you log out and log in, this will be gone. Again, once you log in, you need to set your own preferences. In addition to that, guys, we have discussed what is data information, what is data types, and guys, we have discussed that okay, how the data can be represented in this entire Fusion application. Guys, the data can be represented and saved only in terms of databases, no files. And internally, while we are working into the technical tools, guys, these technical tools will be looking into the data in form of XML. These tool may be internally referring the data into XML, but actually the data is being getting stored into databases. And guys, in the databases, what we can do, can we create a table into the Fusion like in EBS? We can create our custom table, we can create view, we can write our packages, procedures, cursors, triggers, exception handling. Nothing we can do. Only one thing which is allowed in SQL statement, we are only having the select statement which is allowed. We have understood that okay, only select statement we were able to execute as part of this particular learning. Okay, guys, we discuss what are the different kind of data types: text, number, date. We discuss what is data. The something which does not make sense is data, and the moment it will make some sense, that it will convert it as a information. Okay. Clear, guys? Guys, we have also discussed about these three things, that we should be able to access these particular softwares. Once we purchase the things using the username, password, we should be able to access the user interface. We should be able to access the OTBI. We should be able to access the content server. And guys, we have also seen that, okay, how to search any sort of a screen search functionality. We have seen how to navigate to different things. We have seen how to edit the thing and saving the thing and checking and validating the things. These are the things that we have seen as part of today's training. Guys, going forward, we will be understanding that as we said, that everything is going to be saved into the database. Then how to identify the tables, what are the nomenclature, what are the DML operations. Guys, what do you understand by DML operation? The insert operation, update operation, and delete operation. DML stands for data manipulation language. Anything which is going to manipulate the data. Suppose there are 10 employees into your company, you are adding and hiring 5 more employees. So that is impacting your database, impacting your data. 5 more employees are getting added. If there are being 15 employees, you are modifying employees. 5 employees were initially female, but you are changing them also as a male. So that is manipulating the data. You are having 5 employees, you are deleting 2 employees. That is also manipulating a data. That is a concept of DML operations. If someone asks you what is the main work of a ERP application, it will be working to perform DML operations onto different set of data. Okay. Then, guys, one more important thing that I would like to tell and explain today, like as part of this particular software, guys, once this particular software has come into existence, so what has happened? The initially once the Fusion software will be built and come, the all the pages that we were able to see. Initially, Oracle has used one technology called OF as a technology to make the pages for the Fusion application, and we used to call those particular pages as a classic pages. We used to call them as a classic pages. Over a period of time, guys, almost 5 years back, Oracle has introduced and make use of a new technology, ADF. This technology is already there, but Oracle start using that technology to make the pages, and the pages which has been made and designed through ADF, they are more efficient, more user friendly, they are more responsive, they are more active in terms of they can be accessible with multiple devices. They are automatically mobile friendly sort of pages, and these pages we used to call as a responsive UI pages. Current version of the pages are the most of the pages are the responsive pages. So guys, it's not that okay, suppose there has been 100 pages by Oracle, all the pages has been converted into responsive pages. No, some meaningful pages, whatever the criteria that Oracle has choose, certain pages has been migrated from the classic pages to the responsive pages, and for certain pages they keep the classic pages as well there into the system. They introduce to bring the responsive pages also, or for certain things they keep only the responsive pages, shutting down the classic pages, and for certain pages Oracle keep only the classic pages, not introducing the responsive pages. And now guys, the future of Oracle Fusion UI is Redwood pages, the pages which has been designed using a technology called VBCS, the pages which are the future. Some of the customer has already moved certain pages into the Fusion Redwood. These are the pages which has been designed into the VBCS technology. That is the reason guys, since this is the future, we although does not include VBCS initially into our course, but now we are going to cover VBCS also to make you understand how these pages can be built, what are the tools and the configurations and the different aspects about these particular softwares to work onto these particular kind of pages. Okay. Clear guys, the different three kind of pages which are available, and guys the kind of instances that we are working upon, we only have the instance, that is the instance is only going to have the responsive pages. Once we are working onto these particular tools to do the customization and personalization, certain tools may be only applicable for classic pages, certain tools may be only applicable for responsive pages, certain tools only applicable only for HCM module, not for other modules. Once we are working on to this, we will be learning about these particular things also. Okay. Next thing guys, quickly let's understand small tools, the actual base of a technicality that we are going to work as part of this particular training program. I am going to demonstrate. Like I suppose if we go to my client group, we go to something called work structure. There is something called that we will be able to search. Under work structure, we have something called job families. So guys, this is the screen. Did you see that? Okay, this screen is a Redwood page. How do you get to know? The search criteria is something different. It is not going to give you two sections. And the best way to understand whether the screen is Redwood page or not, guys, check into the URL. If the page has been converted and modified into Redwood page, you will be getting a Redwood keyword into the URL. That is the best way to identify whether the page is a classic page or a Redwood page. Okay. Now here guys, in case we want to search something, click onto this, put the value that you are interested in to search and enter. You should be able to see those particular records here. You see, these are the two records that we are able to see. Guys, you want to edit these particular pages. We created this and keeping it as a inactive. Click onto this. It will open up the page in a it will open up the page which is not an editable. Okay, you want to change something, you want to make changes, click onto this. It will allow you to correct the data. Click on to correct the data. It will open it into the editable mode. You want to change it as a active, select active, click on to submit. It will be submitted. And guys, since we are submitting, this is also one sort of transaction, right? So if this is the transaction where we will be able to see the transaction, the tool that we are going to access to see the transaction is transaction console. So if we go there, someone will say that, okay, boss, I have tried to modify or create some sort of job family, which is still not reflecting into the system. So as an admin, you will come here, go to the transaction console and see and check and validate, and you will confirm that, no, it is already completed. Go and check, log out and log in. It must be reflected. You will say, yes, it is not being completed because it is erroring out because of certain reason. You will say that, okay, it is not being displayed because it is based on the configuration. It is waiting for someone to review and approve. Once someone will approve, then only you will be able to see. But here guys, what we are able to see, the transactions will be listed down, and it will be listed down whether it is completed, not completed. All these things will be available here. If you want to see the transactions which are in progress, you should be able to see the transactions which are in progress, the transaction which has failed, which will be listed down there, the transaction which has completed, that will be listed down there. All these things we will be learning as part of our learning. Okay, so guys, that's how, since this has been changed, you will be able to see this has been changed. In case you want to create new things, how you will be able to create the functional user, the business user, they will come to this screen, click onto this add button, they will pass the value. What value they want to pass? They want to name it as something like this. What is the code they want to create? They want to create a code something like this, and that's how. These are the mandatory fields. Guys, here you will see certain fields are mandatory, certain fields are non-mandatory. And once we pass those data and click on to submit, the data will be created. You see this data has been created. You want to delete this data? How? Go to this particular place and click onto this. If you have the rights, if the this particular component is allowed to be deleted, it will give you the option, click on to delete, and that's how the component will be deleted. Let's delete one by one all these three components. That's how, guys, we are able to delete. Suppose, guys, this is the HR who's sitting into the HR department and he's supposed to create two, three job family. Okay, he can create it just a two clicks and just two, three fields he need to fill in. But in case he need to create 1,000 job family on a daily basis, he cannot do that. For that, guys, we are having a technology called HDL. We are going to learn about this particular technology called HDL and HSDL. But an example of HDL, I have already prepared some sample files for HDL. This is my HDL sample file. I will show you how I am going to load this particular file through which the data will be created for us. Going to this particular software, there is a navigation to use an HDL tool. What is the navigation? Go to the My Client group, go to the Data Exchange, and under data exchange we have something called import and load. Guys, all these screens, navigation, their purpose, everything we will be discussing in detail. And we will go into import file. We will be browsing the file which will contain all the set of job families that are supposed to be created. It may be one job, 10 job, 10,000 job, 10 lakh job, we don't care. It contain all the data. Select this, click on to open, click on to submit. That's it, guys, our job is done. How simple it is. We need to focus on to prepare the file which will contain the data. So guys, if this data is successfully loaded, not loaded, it will display everything. It contains three employees record, three job family records. I have purposely kept one record to fail. Okay, two record to pass. That is the reason. Here you will see this is the sample that I've already loaded. It will say there has been total three rows. Out of that, certain rows has failed, certain rows has passed, two rows has passed. That is the reason the total load percentage is 66 and 33% rows has failed, one row has failed. Once it is progressing, you can keep refreshing the things. We can keep refreshing the things and see it will be getting completed either into success mode and displaying all the details about how many rows are there, how many has processed, how many has passed, how many has failed, what is the reason for the failure. All these things will be listed down into this particular UI only for a technical person to review, understand, rectify the records, correct the data, and reload and reprocess the data. See, guys, it is saying it has been imported. Imported means as those who are from the EBS background, once you're loading the data, what you are going to do, you take the data from the file, populate into some sort of custom tables or staging table. You take the data from the staging table, process it, do some sort of validations, and only the successfully validated records you will process to pass through the API to create. The same thing, guys, the file that we are processing, system is automatically processing the file, taking the content and populating into some staging table. So if the data has moved successfully into the staging table, that is imported successful. And now the next process is start to take the data from the staging table and populating into the actual base table of that particular business object. You see, load has failed, but it has load is 66% has successfully loaded. So guys, if we go to the UI, if certain rows has been loaded, if you come and search here, what we will be able to see here, guys, we were able to see that certain records which has been successfully loaded. See, these are the records. We have three rows: XXFG 101, 102, 103. 101 has certain failures, rest of the data has been loaded successfully. Now, guys, as a transaction console, if we have loaded, can we see the data that we have loaded through the SDL into the transaction console? No. Only the transactions which are done by the business user from the UI will be captured into the transaction console. So guys, now you, if the data has been loaded, the business user need to play around with this data, edit this data, delete the data, they can do. And what is the use of a technical consultant? We ease their job. We have executed their work in a more accurate way and more efficient way. They will just confirm us the data, and using our tools, we have loaded the data in quick span of time. Okay. In addition to that, guys, if we have created these sort of data, somebody wants that, okay, get me the list of job families which are active, get me the list of job families which are inactive, starting with the keyword called xxfg. Do you need to come here and search these particular rows one by one, and you need to manually create this particular file, one report you need to create manually in excel? That is not possible if there has been 10,000s of such role. So as a technical consultant, we must need to have some sort of tools through which we will be creating a report. What is that report, guys? You see, I have created one report here for your sample. Let's see that and run that report. So guys, this is one of the report that we have created. If we open this particular report, you should be able to see all the data for the job family business object, whether they are active or inactive, starting with the keyword XXFG will be part of this particular report and will be displayed into a PDF format. So what is the value that we have created? XXFG 102. You see, these are the records which we have added, and it is part of our report. In addition to that, guys, once we are going to add things, modify the things, edit the things, delete the things, we don't want this to be impacted and reflected into the system immediately. We want the HOD or the head of the HR department should need to review and approve the things. That is a role, that is the tool that we are going to work once we are learning this particular tool called approval management, custom approvals. We will be setting these particular things also. Okay, fine. So guys, this is what I have planned for today. I just want to give you one assignment. Go to W3 Schools. There is a website called W3 Schools. Google W3 Schools. Search for W3 Schools XML. Go to first 2-3 pages of XML. Go to W3 Schools and go and search for W3 Schools JSON. Go to first 2-3 pages of JSON also. Don't spend more than 10 minutes to read all these 6 pages. In a quick brief reading, whatever that you are able to consume from these pages, that much knowledge and that much sort of skills related to these two sort of data representation technologies. I want, nothing else is required. Rest, whenever it is required, I am going to explain and cover for these particular things also. Fine, guys, this is what I have planned for today. Hope you have enjoyed the session. I again request you, if you like the session and if this particular training program is somewhat aligned with your expectations, please touch base with admin, get yourself enrolled and make an enrollment to avail the benefit of a early bird offer. Okay, over to you guys. If you have any questions, please let me know. Otherwise, we can wrap up the session, and tomorrow our WhatsApp link will be created only for those who have enrolled for the sessions. Okay. And that's how we will be progressing one by one, marking each and every topic. Daily, I will be giving you an opportunity to ask questions and clarify your doubts. In the last also, we will be discussing with an question answer sort of sessions. Over to you guys. Yes, Lubna, you might be having some
Uh,
questions.
yes. As I'm coming from non-Oracle ERP background, as I'm working in Sightline, Info Sightline for past 4 years. So I would like to understand how this training will build my competency. I mean, how competent I will be by the end of this course.
You have not attended yesterday session.
Half of the session, I was like.
So as we said that okay, we are going to cover every technicality, technical tools,
Mhm.
concepts which are available into the market for Oracle Fusion Technical. Our objective
Okay.
is not to complete the session, but to by end of the session, if you follow the session, do the practicing learning, you should need to
Mhm.
claim yourself to have 2 to 3 years of experience as a Fusion technical consultant. Okay.
Okay. Also, adding to that, will I'll get, if I want to mention this in my resume, so there will be help on this
Team will be
from your
supporting you. Please touch base once you are learning these things, practicing, taking the mock
Mhm.
interviews. Team will suggest you
Yes.
what are the areas that you need to brush up, what are the areas that you should
Mhm.
need to highlight and put it into your CVs. Okay. And team will be
Okay.
there to guide you and help you to get whatever the amendments into your CV and experience are supposed to be done. Okay. You please touch base with Kumar related to this at the later point of the course.
Okay. Thank you. That's it from my side. Thank you.
Thank you, Lubna. Thanks everyone. Hope you have enjoyed the session. Yes, Usman. Over to you, Usman.
Uh, Hi, how are you, sir?
All good, all good. What about you?
Perfect. Same like Lukna, I also have not ERP Oracle-based background, but I use as a user about 3 to 4 years. Now, recently, about 5 months ago, I shifted in MIS department and joined as a uh, functional consultant. Uh, your training
So
has confused me. Which direction should I go?
it is not.
Because you sorry,
Please continue.
uh, currently I'm confused. Which direction should I go? Should I go to technical or functional? In current scenario, I am uh, almost 10%. I have a almost 10% grip on functionals and still learning.
So
What will you suggest?
my personal recommendation is Fusion is a very advanced sort of technology. There is no major bifurcation between technical or functional. By end of the day, you have to end up as a techno functional only. It may be 50-50, 70-30, 30-70. Okay. So there is nothing called functional going to remain there into the market. Considering the demand, considering the expectation, everyone is looking for somebody who's a multi-talented person, knows both the words. So this particular course has been designed to cover techno-functional sort of things. You will be ending up as a 80-20 or 70-30. Okay. In addition to that, you go to any other courses, you will not be getting that much sort of detailed insights of the technicality. Functional things, if you work for a technicality, definitely you will be working for the functional people, so you will be gaining the things and learning the things and doing the things. Okay. So my recommendation,
All
this
right.
is the tool that you can take it up further. Although I have not evaluated and discussed what you are saying, 10% as a functional, 10% is way too high with your work that you are doing. You are just 2 to 3% of your functional, what I suppose. You are not configuring the system, right? You are just using the system. You are an end user functional, not the actual functional configurator that you can define the absence, you can define a new payroll, you can define the new supplier setup. That sort of work you are not doing, right?
And in both sessions, I observe your example based on services. And my experience in finance is about 20 years, almost
Hmm.
20 years. And recently I shifted. But uh, it's, there is a something different line for me. Technical, I don't think so. It's really hard. Who would you explain?
I didn't get your question.
Uh, I think it's good. I will talk to uh, Kumar. I will talk to Kumar. I have a two more colleagues. They wants to have a training about for fusion. I will discuss with them, and we'll deliver to Kumar, and he will continue discussion.
Fine, thank you, Usman. Any other
Uh,
questions anyone has?
Yes, I have a question.
Yes, Pratik.
So for the technical, there is a main work is like reporting and the data extraction and the data loading, or is there anything else?
Yes, that is the main work and integrations.
And the integration we are using the JSON and XML.
We are never going to
So
build a JSON and XML from ourselves. The tools are going to wait internally. So it is good to have the knowledge for these things also.
okay, so we are also getting the uh, like FTP servers also for the extraction of the
Guys,
data from.
you will be getting a Fusion stable instance. You will be getting Fusion weekly instance. You will be getting a OIC complete instance, which will include OIC, VBCS, PCS. We will be providing you content server access. We will be providing you a custom database access, and we will be providing you FTP server access also. Everything will be provided.
Okay, like I have my experience around 3 to 4 years. So like these things is also included in the in this like the basic SQL thing and
Whatever the things that we have covered today, if you understood, that is the only thing that we required into SQL. Other than that, nothing is required in the entire code. Further, once we are working into the BIP report, building the queries, learning the things, yes, definitely we will be focusing and learning different concepts of building the queries also.
okay. And for the Redwood, how much percent we are learning Redwood from here?
Redwood is not a technical thing. We are not learning anything about Redwood. The current instance that we are having, that is a responsive instance. We are learning the technicality. Technicality does not make any difference into Redwood or Classic or something. It is Redwood is just to change the UI and the look and feel of the application, which is a work of a functional consultant to configure the screens and migrate the things by setting some sort of profile. How they will set the profile, that all things we will be discussing as part of this particular training program.
Okay, thanks. And one last question, like a today session, you uh, show the navigation things. So mainly, most of the part is of the functional people, or the technicality is also included.
As I told you, this is just the demo session. Just the purpose of this is to get you familiar with the screens and navigation. Okay.
Okay.
Technicality
Hmm.
does not require the navigation. Technicality is a tool. We are going to learn 20 different tools. So that is a separate thing. Once we are learning those tools, definitely from the basic till the advanced level, we will be learning on those tools.
Okay. 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 Thanks.
Guys, last thing I would like to tell, if you think that, okay, I'm putting across the examples related to the HCM or services, that is the reason because all are not from the financial background, all are not from the supply chain background, but everyone understand the employment, everyone understand what is HR do, how to get a hire an employee, how to terminate, how to promote, because that is the life cycle of every individual working professionals. Okay, but this particular course does not require any examples related to financial HCM or something. We are not learning here the functional aspects. We are learning that somebody doing the functional work or doing the end user work using that particular things which somebody is doing. We need to extract the data. We need to load the data. So how to extract the data? Different tools are available, different technologies are available. That is the motive of this particular training to learn across. Okay.
Hi, Peace, Bharat this side.
Yes, Bharat.
Actually, I attended this demo to learn OIC. Okay, but apart from this OIC, you are covering HCM reporting as well, right? Is it better? Will it add any value added services
It
apart
will
from?
add a value. Yesterday also I have told you, if you are just a OIC consultant, you will be getting a 10 calls. If you are OIC
Mhm.
plus Fusion consultant, you will get 70 calls.
And
Everyone,
I
everyone
have one more
wants,
concern.
yes,
Is it better to learn OIC, PCS, and VB? We have one more, right? VBPM or something.
I don't know what and how I should answer that. It is an individual choice. I don't know all the things. I don't teach all the things. Even I, though I am an architect for these things, I will not recommend to learn all the things.
Mhm.
Nobody is an expert of everything. Nobody is saying that okay, we need an OIC consultant who's a OIC, ICS, VBCS, and PCS consultant. VBCS and PCS is a separate tool, separate technology, separate concept. It is nowhere related to anything. If you don't want to learn anything, don't learn anything and just learn and focus and take a course of VBCS only. That will get you a job, no issues. Your life will be miserable. You will be always getting in a contact with the business users. You will be always into a calls. You need to make small, minute changes into the screen. It's like a website development, entire application you need to develop. Lot of challenges, lot of calls, lot of the things. I personally don't like working to VBCS and PCS.
Mhm.
Okay. All things are not required.
Mhm.
Fine then. Thank you everyone. This is what we have planned for today. Okay. Hopefully
Thank
to see
you.
you
Thank you.
tomorrow.
Just one question. Just
Yes,
one
Usman.
question. Currently, I'm configuring an org and operating unit in EBS, which is almost that software will be obsoleted till uh, 2030.
35.
Next era is, yes, next era is belong to Fusion. In training, if I join the techno, uh, can I be able to build, develop a setup for a company, manufacturing company like uh,
No, Usman, you will not be able to do
GL
by attending
accounts?
this training.
Okay,
This training is not meant
then
to configure the functional setters. This is not that
okay,
particular training. Okay. This is a
okay,
technical
okay,
training.
all right, all right, all right. Now, what would you recommend if I want to learn that particular also?
That is the reason. Please touch base with Kumar. Okay. Discuss what is your expectation because it requires more sort of detailing what you are working, what is your expectation, what is your career aspiration, in which areas you are being dealing with. Accordingly, he will suggest and guide you. Okay.